Good afternoon, everyone. My name is the Rainbow Ghoul. It's very nice to meet you. I just want to say thank you so much for 17 subscribers as of this moment. I can't even believe I'm at 17 subscribers. That's really cool. So thank you guys for being here. Today's video is actually going to be part 2 of my Beatles collection, which I'm really excited about. It took me like 15 minutes to organize them in chronological order. Let us begin part 2 of my Beatles CD collection. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. So the first CD I have is Past Masters Volume 1. Yeah, there's no CD booklet. I got this for like $1 at the local bookstore. But $1's a dollar, right? Past Masters came out in 1988, and part 1 has some really great songs on here. Starts with Love Me Do, From Me to You, Thank You Girl, She Loves You, I'll Get You, I Want to Hold Your Hand, This Boy, Come Give Mir die Hand. German version of I Want to Hold Your Hand, right? Sie liebe dich, She Loves You in German. Yeah, I believe, yeah. Long Tall Sally, I Call Your Name, Slowbox, Matchbox, I Feel Fine, She's a Woman, Bad Boy, Yes It Is, and I'm Down. Very solid compilation. My favorite songs on Volume 1. Keep vocal frying. Definitely This Boy. This Boy is one of my favorite early Beatles songs. I'm Down. Yes It Is. I Feel Fine. All of these are impeccable songs, but those are my absolute favorites. But yeah, not much to show here because the booklet is not there. Yeah. Next up, we have the companion CD, Past Masters Volume 2. And Volume 2 is my personal favorite. I do prefer the later songs on here. So this track listing is really spectacular. Starts with Day Tripper, and then We Can Work It Out, Paperback Writer, Rain. Rain is one of my favorite Beatles songs ever. Lady Madonna, The Inner Light, Hey Jude, Revolution, Get Back with Billy Preston, Don't Let Me Down with Billy Preston, The Ballad of John and Yoko, Old Brown Shoe, Across the Universe, Let It Be, and You Know My Name, Look Up the Number. Let's talk about these tracks, guys. Okay, first of all, Rain, absolute amazing. Rain is just one of the best Beatles songs ever. Revolution, love that song. Billy Preston, that guy is so incredibly talented and he's just amazing. The Ballad of John and Yoko, love that song. Across the Universe, one of my favorite Beatles songs of all time. And I know the song is incredibly goofy, but I do love You Know My Name, Look Up the Number. I had a hyperfixation on the song Hey Jude when I was in high school, and I kind of forever burnt myself out. But you know what? I still think Hey Jude is an amazing song. Next up, I have something that I found recently, which I had never seen before, and I had to pick it up as a massive Beatles head. It's the Beatles Rockin' Live at the Far Club, Hamburg, Germany, 1962. Uh-huh. Yeah, dude, this is so cool. I saw her standing there. There's a song called Sweet Little 16. Where Have You Been All My Life? Hippie, hippie, shake. Everybody's Trying to Be My Baby. Matchbox. Hallelujah. I Love Her So. Holy Gully, Roll Over Beethoven, Ask Me Why, Twist and Shout, Kansas City, Hey, 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 Bebop-a-Lula, Nothing shaking but the leaves and the trees. I'm talking about you and Long Tall Sally. Yeah, so this is interesting. This came out in 1991. I like picked this up like just a few weeks ago. So when I saw that, I was like, you're coming home with me. Yes, you are. An Insane Find at Goodwill, but it's live at the BBC. Yeah. This one released in 1994. So I got this little Beatles merchandise order card. That's really cool. There's disc 2. The boys are talk about the track listing. La, 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 la. Ooh, Some Other Guy. I am quite fond of that one. Some other guy now, taking my love away from me. You Really Gotta Hold on Me. A Taste of Honey, tasty. Can't Buy Me Love. Hard Day's Night, I Wanna Be Your Man. All My Loving, She's a Woman. I'm a Loser. Dizzy Miss Lizzie. So many. It's just filled to the brim with bangers. What can I say? Next up, something I also found fairly recently, which is a CD maxi single of Free as a Bird, which this was a really sick find. And it also has, I saw her standing there, This Boy, and Christmas Time Is Here Again. And this was released in the 90s as well, 95. Right. There's that green apple we love so much. Yeah. Free as a Bird. Really great song. Love it. All right, so we have a triple companion coming up. This is the Beatles Anthology 1. Anthology 1, the CDs and the DVDs, definitely a must-have for the Beatle heads out there, of course. You're like, duh. Got this baby for $5. Anthologies, the 3 anthologies are very special. They have all kinds of demos, different takes, and Anthology 1 is all like the super early stuff, Quarrymen. So they have the John Lennon speech, we were 4 guys, I met Paul, asked him to join my band, and then George joined, and then Ringo joined. We were just a band that made it very, very big, that's all. That was my John Lennon impression, hope you like that. When I was first getting into the Beatles, I was 13, so I was in middle school, right? So, like, a lot of these songs that I heard back then on Anthology 1, like, had, like, a permanent special place in my heart. Specifically, I'm talking specifics here, In Spite of All the Danger. Oh my god, In Spite of All the Danger. Till this day, I love that song so much. Like, the original recording is like crusty, and I know they recently remixed it to make it sound better, but oh my good lord, there's just something about In Spite of All the Danger. Ain't She Sweet, I also love that one. 3 Cool Cats, I love it. Besame Mucho, I love it. This Boy, absolutely love that song. Mr. Moonlight, Leave My Kitten Alone, No Reply. Yeah, this Anthology 1 will always have a special place in my heart, and it will forever remind me of 8th grade, like 13, 14 years old, and just like the Beatles being an escapism for me. Definitely my middle school core. Anthology 2, however, is my high school core because I was hyperfixated on Anthology 2 when I entered high school. And Anthology 2 gets even better, guys. Like, Anthology 2, you got Real Love, Yes It Is, I'm Down, Norwegian Wood, Tomorrow Never Knows. Oh my god. Yeah, and it's got And Your Bird Can Sing, the take where they all start laughing uncontrollably. Let's just say I had a hyperfixation on that one in high school, and I would listen to it like multiple times a day. Like, that was the cure for like everything. I just love how every track list on these, they're like different, or like it's a different take or a demo, and they're saying some silly stuff, as the Beatles do. Yeah, Anthology 2. Next up, I have Anthology 3. It's got White Album songs, Abbey Road songs, and Let It Be. Also, I just want to say the song Sexy Sadie. I love that song. There's just something about each of their albums are unlike each other. They have like the special sauce. But yeah, that's Anthology 3. The next CD I have is the Yellow Submarine soundtrack, which is really good. This one came out in 1999. Got Yellow Submarine, Hey Bulldog, Eleanor Rigby, Love You Too, All Together Now, Lucy in the Sky, Think for Yourself, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, With a Little Help from My Friends, Baby You're a Rich Man, Only a Northern Song, All You Need Is Love, When I'm 64, Nowhere Man, and It's All Too Much. So this is different than the Yellow Submarine album. It doesn't have the score by George Martin from the movie, just the Beatles songs from the movie. So my favorites on here, definitely Hey Bulldog, Eleanor Rigby, Think for Yourself, Only a Northern Song, Nowhere Man, and It's All Too Much. Can we talk about the opening of It's All Too Much? Free serotonin. I rest my case. The next CD I'm going to show you guys is actually the very first Beatles CD I ever got when I was 13. And that is Beatles 1. This is a amazing compilation, first of all, too. If you're like first getting into them, I know I played this CD night and day. They did not mess around. So my favorites on Beatles 1 are 8 Days a Week, Ticket to Ride, We Can Work It Out, Paperback Writer, The Ballad of John and Yoko, Yesterday, Eleanor Rigby. Love that. Whoa, that's so cool. I love the Beatles. Oh, next up, I'm so excited to talk about this one. Came out in 2003, and it is Let It Be Naked. Let It Be Naked, which I personally prefer Let It Be Naked over Let It Be. What? I don't know, guys. Like, I just love Let It Be Naked. The way Let It Be Naked was produced was how the Beatles actually wanted Let It Be to sound. A lot of strings on the original album. So there's that aspect of it. And, you know, we don't have to get into Phil Spector, but, you know, if you know what he did, you know. I don't fuck with that guy. But yeah, the versions of these songs, especially Across the Universe, I've Got a Feeling, Get Back, Two of Us, like, these songs just, they're incredible. And please don't take this as me dissing Let It Be, because Let It Be is amazing. But my personal preference, I love the way this sounds more than the way the original album sounded. I'm not talking about the 2021 mix, just to be clear. But yeah. Yeah. And my favorite songs on here are Dig a Pony, Two of Us, and Across the Universe. And I've Got a Feeling. Next up is something I never got to see, unfortunately, but very similar to Michael Jackson Immortal, which is Beatles Love, where like the songs like bleed into each other, and you know, it sounds all, it's different with Beatles, of course, because Michael Jackson is a completely different artist than the Beatles, different music sound. But this is also really great. I wish I would have been able to see this show in Las Vegas, honestly. And Immortal. But yeah. Next up, I've had this for a long time, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It's a bootleg. Yeah, it's it's the one bootleg Beatles CD that I own. Yeah. What the hell even, bro? I think this is a live album, but it is not official. There's no way. It does not look official. No, it's not. It is not. What the? What did they do to Tina Turner? What did they do to Tina Turner? What the dude? Who else did they do? No. I don't think I have plans to put this on my wall anytime soon. I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. Why did they do Michael dirty like that? That is not funny. I'm suing. Yeah. Moving on. I've had Ain't She Sweet stuck in my head. Oh, ain't she sweet? This is like probably the second Beatles CD I ever got. 2016 was a great year to get into the Beatles because you want to know what came out later that year? 8 Days a Week documentary, live at the Hollywood Bowl. Guys, I love this concert so much. I absolutely am obsessed with the live version of Dizzy Miss Lizzy on here. Yes, John's energy is just unmatched. So my favorite Live at the Hollywood Bowl songs on here are She's a Woman, Dizzy Miss Lizzie, Can't Buy Me Love, Boys. Ringo put his you know what into that performance. He put it in. Help, She Loves You, and there's even bonus tracks. You Can't Do That, I Want to Hold Your Hand, Everybody's Trying to Be My Baby, and Babies in Black. Yeah. I remember so excited about getting this. In the era when 8 Days a Week came out, I actually got to see it in theaters. It was like a local small movie theater. And when I tell you I was the youngest person in the room, I'm not joking. I'm not joking. And growing up as a Beatles fan, like being like a teenager at the time, every like older person around you who like sees you like with your parents or whatever, they look at you like, wow, you're so young and you love the Beatles. Wow. It's like they're blown away that you love the Beatles. You know, I mean, it's the Beatles, dude. I mean, like, how could you not love the Beatles? And that's the facts right there, okay? That is the facts. What I would give to go in a time machine back to the 60s and see them live. If I had a one wish will, no, let's not talk about that. The next CD I have was another really exciting release, which was 2023 Red Album. Mixing of these songs. Oh yeah, that was an upgrade. We need to talk about this immediately. Disc 2 specifically. The 2023 mix of Norwegian Wood, This Bird Has Flown, Nowhere Man, Michelle, In My Life, If I Needed Someone, Girl, Tomorrow Never Knows. This was a damn good release. So my favorites on here should be Norwegian Wood, This Bird Has Flown. That mix of this song made me fall in love with it all over again. And swear to God. In My Life, Nowhere Man, Girl, Paperback Writer, Tomorrow Never Knows. I can talk about this all day, but we gotta move on. We gotta move on at some point. Okay, last but certainly never least is the Blue Album, 1967 to 1970. And if my memory serves me right, the whole thing is not remixed, but there are like cherry picked songs that were remixed, like I Am the Walrus. I am the mother walrus. That new remix. Yeah. But this is a solid. Blue and Red Album. You know, really great companion albums. Guys, that was part 2 and the last part of my Beatles CD collection. But fear not. I have other Beatles items that I can show you guys in the nearby future. So stay tuned. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you have a great rest of your day and weekend and week. Yeah. See you guys next time. Bye, guys.
We were just trying to write songs about prostitutes and lesbians, that's all.